In today's video, I'm going to be talking about home confinement and how it applies to releasing inmates in the Federal Bureau of Prisons, right after this. Welcome to the First Step Act channel. I'm Bruce Cameron, founder and former BOP staff member. On this channel, we help offer guidance to attorneys and families and even future inmates in the Federal Bureau of Prisons, helping them understand what the First Step Act is and what some of the issues are ahead with a person's confinement, but also all the various ways and means somebody can get out of prison early. What I want to do is talk about some recent releases and how that takes place. Basically, here recently, under COVID-19 release procedures, as well as just people getting within a year from their sentence. Case managers, will give the inmate the paperwork to sign and fill out. Now that paperwork then gets routed up through institution staff, all the way through the warden, and then this is the RRC paperwork, Residential Reentry Center, also known as halfway house. This paperwork goes up and it gets sent to the regional office where there's a residential reentry manager in the respective region. It is that RRM office that then decides where the person is going to be placed at the halfway house. Now, most of the time, and I mean over 90% of the time, it's the halfway house that manages the home confinement, okay? So the person will then go to the halfway house, and then for some of the folks, they have to go there for maybe a few hours. They might get fitted with an electronic monitoring device and then be sent home, and they're on home confinement immediately. Some people might have to reside in the halfway house, RRC, for 15 days or whatever. Until then, they can get on home confinement. Some people will go to the RRC and they'll have to stay at the halfway house, and they might not be able to be at home. But the idea is that you're out of prison, okay? And I think what a lot of people don't understand is that maybe the halfway house in Miami-Dade is different from the one in New Orleans, which is different than the one in Fort Worth or Dallas. I mean, those two halfway houses happen to have the same parent company, but then Dismas is another company in other states. Or in other towns, if you will. So I think people are thinking that this whole halfway house home confinement thing is standardized throughout the Bureau of Prisons because the Bureau of Prisons is standardized. Well, that's not true. These RRCs are run by privately held companies. And, while they are supervised by oversight management staff in the BOP, they're still private companies. And so there's a lot of variability. And that's what's hard for people to understand. So, and then bed space is another issue with all these COVID releases, right? Those people are clogging up those beds for obvious reasons in a good way, and they're waiting for the regular beds to clear. So guys that are in lows or mediums or penitentiaries, well, they're going to have to just get their time. They didn't qualify for COVID release, but now some of those COVID release people are going to be competing for their own halfway house bed space that they thought they might have had coming by looking at their good conduct time release date. Man, I know this doesn't make sense. That's why you need to call us at the number below or at 214-431-2032 or email us at the email below. So once again, it starts at the case manager level, routes through to the case manager coordinator, AW, warden. It gets sent to the region. The region then has its own kind of pipeline. A date gets sent, it gets entered. Then the case manager at the institution says, okay, looks like you've been given a date of such and such, and it'll give you the name of the halfway house and where you're going. You can have your loved one pick you up, take you to the halfway house in many instances, and then get situated. So that is the halfway house in a nutshell.